What is up, you Titan fans? We are going to do a nice little recap of the Week 2 preseason game, Titans versus the Vikings. As you see, he's over in the studio this time, so it's a little different format, but it'll be right. So I'm just going to go and hop right on in. Titans-Vikings. Titans got the dub, 24-16, but obviously scores don't matter all that much. Winning and losing doesn't matter all that much.
Even though I will say that was our first win since we started this channel.
Yeah, it was in November last time we won. Last year, that seems like so far away.
Yeah.
So long ago. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and drop right on in. We're just going to do, honestly, what a lot of folk like to do, where they call them your winners, losers. Tic-Tac Titans does the tighten up, tighten down. Just however you want to call it or refer to it is. But I'm going to start off by talking about Malik Willis, because obviously he's the guy that most people's eyes were on. What would you give him as far as a grade's concerned?
I will give him a C. I don't think he did enough to fail, but at the same time, I don't think he did anything to say, yo, QB number 2 for sure. You know what I mean? He didn't throw for 100 yards. That's a little disappointing. He had some drops by Chig that killed some drives. He ran the ball extremely well, but I just feel like he also missed some throws and stuff that is a little concerning. But I don't know. I just feel like not bad enough to fail him, but there was a lot that he just left hanging out down the field, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I was thinking I would give him probably a C. I could talk myself into a C minus, but because we got a dub, I'll go C. Like if he had one drive at the end where we had to score to win and he wasn't able to get points, I would probably drop that to a C minus. But since we did get the dub, and I think basically we were trying to run out that game. As soon as the fourth quarter started, we were ahead, and we were just, I feel like all we were doing is running, whether it was a Malik Willis scramble or whether it was a running back run. I'd give him a C because, he had the opportunity to seize the number 2 spot by the horns. He did not do that.
We talked about that last video. This was a good opportunity for him to do that, and I don't think he quite did that. The pick was ugly. The touchdown was nice, but the pick was ugly.
Yeah. My biggest thing with Willis is I wish he would learn to put touch on the ball.
Yes,
There's just so many times where the ball never seems to go up. Like as soon as it leaves its hand, it just straight to the wide receiver. And that's why I think now Chig's got to catch those footballs. Yes. But I think both of them were rifles, just lasers that he just wasn't able to bring in. That if that had been thrown just a little less hard, I think Chig would come down with it.
Yes, I completely agree. Chig's got to catch it, but at the same time, you got to take something off of that.
It's kind of like that one throw Will Levis did to Gavin Holmes on the last drive where we were trying to get a touchdown, where he did a great job. Will Levis did a great job of feeling the pressure, sidestepped, and then just for no reason, he just zipped it in there, and he reached out and just couldn't quite come down with it, where if you would just a regular throw.
Yeah. Will Levis and Malik Willis both have that. They have strong arms but no touch, and it kind of kills them sometimes.
Yeah, it does kill them sometimes. They need to learn the different throwing angles and touch and all that. But so, C. I almost wished he would have done better or worse. If he would have done worse, I'd be like, okay, now I think Will Levis needs to maybe start most of, if not all of the last preseason game.
Yeah, I agree. I am curious to see what they do next game if Will Levis is healthy.
I mean, Will Levis looked perfectly fine out there in warm-ups, completely dressed head to toe in Titans gear, so I feel like he'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I'm curious to see what they do, though. But I still don't think Malik is right now number 2. I don't think he played so bad that he's not number 2 anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Will Levis definitely has a chance to upset it next week, but we'll see about that. So I don't know how to feel about him. But as far as the rest of the playmakers, I have no idea what to put him as, because wide receivers there's only 10 completed passes. 10 completed passes, so there's not many catches, not many yards, not many stats.
Yeah. Every receiver or pass catcher, I guess, got 1 catch except for Mason Kinsey. Yeah. And the thing about Mason Kinsey is I don't think either of us love him. So I was like, yeah, you got 4 catches, but I still don't want you.
No, I think he's just going to assume his regular role of getting cut and then slapped on the practice squad.
Yeah, basically.
Unless Kyle Phillips is hurt indeed, because he had that punt where he should have called a fair catch. He got hit low, got hurt, and gets stepped back in the game. I almost feel like we got to take him off punt returns. Like when he catches it and has room, he's good. I like what he does.
He gets hurt too easy.
He gets hurt too easy. He fumbles, or he doesn't call a fair catch when he needs to call a fair catch. So I don't know about that.
I think on the bright side, changing the subject a little bit, is Chestnut and Tajay Spears both look good.
Yeah, our running backs look good, which is annoying. If there's one position I want to look good, on the back end, it's not running back because
No.
we have Derrick Henry. We have
Yes.
the bell cow back in the league.
Yeah. The thing is, though, at least we know if Derrick Henry does get hurt or steps out, it's not like, oh, no, we got nobody back there that can do anything, you know? That We've been like that since we had Henry.
I agree because, Chestnut, he was catching the ball. He caught that touchdown. He ran a touchdown. Like, Julius Chestnut, to me, made it where Hassan Haskins is very cuttable.
Yeah, if he gets cut, I don't mind that at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hassan Haskins could still grab that fourth running back spot, but if it gets to a point where but we want to keep all three quarterbacks, so where are we gonna cut where we wouldn't normally cut? I feel like Hassan Haskins as running back 4 could be the first guy out.
I agree.
Like we alluded to earlier, Okonkwo did have his drops. That was kind of frustrating. He did have a catch later with a little bit of a run too as well later to redeem himself a little bit, but he just needs to not make that habit. It's kind of Jamar Chase. Remember Jamar Chase's first preseason game?
I forgot about that.
Whole preseason.
I forgot about that. He did horrible.
His whole preseason, he could not catch to save his life, and I have no idea why.
And you know what? He was just fine after that.
Yeah, so maybe that was just some nervousness, knocking off some rust. I don't know, something. Josh Wiley only had one target, and he caught it. It was, 4 yards?
4 yards,
yeah. So
at least he didn't embarrass himself. That's one thing you said about in the preview.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that, just don't embarrass yourself this game, and he didn't do that. So
I don't reckon. I didn't see what he did in the running game or anything like that. But yeah, so that's all I honestly have to say about the offense. Oh, besides one more thing. A big improvement was the backup offensive line.
Yeah.
Julius Chestnut and Tajay Spears honestly both had some nice holes.
Yeah, honestly, I thought the backup did better than our starting offensive line. Yeah, which is the opposite in the game.
Right. Starting offensive line was awful, but it wasn't amazing either.
Yeah, I feel like Malik had to run scramble a lot when he was running. When he was throwing. Like you said, especially that one big run by Chestnut, that was a huge hole.
That was several times it would be a hole so big. I'm like, holy cow, no matter who it is. Like Tom Brady would have picked up 5 or 6 yards with that kind of a hole. But yeah, that's honestly all I have to say about the offensive side of the ball. Now switching over to the defense side of the ball, the one guy who's been kind of one of my training camp crushes that I've thought has a nice chance of making the roster as an undrafted rookie, and he's continuing to make a case for himself, would be
about to say
Caleb Murphy.
Yeah, he's been doing good.
I mean, dude had 26 sacks, I think it was, last year in college. Now, obviously, he was not going against hard competition, but when you have a way of getting to the quarterback like that, still has to be something. So he got a sack last week, and then he got 2 more sacks this week.
And this is the guy. How many sacks did he have in college?
I think 40 altogether.
40 sacks. That's pretty impressive. Yes, small school and all that stuff. But he got 40 sacks. He's got 3 in the preseason game. So you see that he can get sacks. So I definitely think he's worth keeping.
Yeah.
Definitely. And putting in our startup, in our rotation.
Yeah, but I think Harold Landry should start the one side. Arden Key should start the other side. Rashad Weaver and Caleb Murphy.
And that actually sounds like a pretty good.
Yeah. Especially when you think what we had last year. Last year we had Rashad Weaver and Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree kind of was out.
Yeah.
And also, he wasn't amazing when he wasn't.
And you have those. And then you have Jeffrey Simmons. You have Autry. And then
Tier Tart,
who I was going to mention next, he's looking pretty good right now. So we really look like we can get after the quarterback, I think, this year. Which is
I agree. Which means we need some opportunistic people in the secondary because there'll be some early and errant throws.
Yes.
Once we get Hooker and Byard out there who can go after those, I think we could have a really good defense.
Health matters because we do have people that like to get hurt, especially in the secondary. But
yeah, Fulton and Hooker especially, them two just don't like to play too much.
The problem is, the good thing though is if we have backups in cornerback position, at least they may not have to guard for that long.
Right.
Right.
At least we ain't got people like Terrence Mitchell who played a lot of steps for us last year. We're like, who are you?
Yep.
So I think those are the good standouts on defense. Mostly was Caleb Murphy and Tier Tart. I am still kind of liking Eric Garrar.
Yeah, he had a couple of pops of the hits.
He did.
He looks feisty out there. He had a decent return one time.
Yeah, a couple of decent returns. He's still popping people for being 174
pounds. One thing I
pounds.
noticed that we're doing, maybe his strategy, maybe it's just preseason, but our cornerbacks are 10 yards deep. If you notice that, almost every single play, that if they wanted to, they could throw immediately to the receivers almost. So it's hard to tell how these people coverages are because they're so far off of the receiver. I noticed they keep throwing short ones, but I like his tackling, so that's been impressive.
Yes, I do remember there was one play where they threw it pretty much immediately to the wide receiver, and he just comes zipping in.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he caught it, he smacked him. I don't remember if he got the tackle or if the guy dropped it. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
But I would say it's nice to see cornerbacks are not afraid to tackle.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the few things I liked about Malcolm Butler is he wasn't afraid to smack somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one person I wanted to watch, and I watched, and like you said, I thought I was pretty impressed with him. I don't think either team really stretched the field much, so you didn't really get chances to see our cornerbacks against that.
I don't remember who it was. Some defensive back, Eric Garrer was the cornerback. So it was one of our safeties. I don't remember which one it was, but they did take one kind of deep shot where Eric Garrer was right on him underneath, but then the safety comes in and hits him as soon as he comes in contact with it, and he dropped it. So I like to see that. And if I'm being 100% honest, our defense hasn't been bad in preseason.
No.
We had 2 screen touchdowns in the first one.
Yeah, you gotta ignore that.
And besides that, there's been 1 touchdown drive. 1.
Yeah. Well, definitely getting good red zone defense, because even those 2 touchdowns and the Bales did was not red zone touchdowns.
No. So. Which that's how our defense has been. I don't know if it's a Mike Vrabel or a Shane Bowen thing or just so happened to be that way. But that's how our defense was last year as well, where they could move the ball between the 20s so easy.
Yeah.
But as soon as they got in the red zone, a lot of times we would make them stall. So, is there any other standouts or anything on defense you want to talk about? I think Rashad Weaver had a sack
I just looked that up. I didn't know he had a sack, but yeah, he did too.
Yeah, he did.
So at least you have our backup edge rushers look like they could get some sacks.
Yeah, I agree.
Weaver was good last year, but he fell off. I like to see him to have more.
Yeah, I remember one time we were 4 weeks into the season, he was 4 games, 4 sacks. So he had a good start to the season, but then I think he only ended up with 6 or so. Wasn't a bunch, so. Any other person on defense you want to touch
No,
bases on?
because the people that popped out was Garwell, how you pronounce his name, and Todd. I thought Todd looked really good.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the one thing I'll end on a slight low note, I don't think our kickers are it.
I don't think either. Well, did Shudock play much?
I don't think he played much.
I don't know if I like Wolf. I know Wolf ain't it.
He hit the field goal and he hit his extra points, but every single time he just barely didn't. He even doinked the extra point in.
He doesn't look that good.
Ryan Suckup is a free agent. I'd be down for Ryan Suckup.
He'd be old, but...
He would be old. Was he like 35 maybe?
Yeah. All I know is I don't like what we got, to be honest.
I don't either.
That's annoying, too, because that wins and loses you so many games in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what made us lose week 1 last year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, at least right now, both of those two, if it's time to kick field goal, even if it's an easier one, I'm not going to be confident in it.
Not even slightly. I wanted Wolf to win it, but I feel like Wolf's done more to lose it.
Yeah.
If I'm being 100% honest, because his accuracy's just not been great. Not great at all.
Which is annoying, because you see in the practices and stuff, I'm reading about it, like whoever was 7 of 7 at field goals, this person was this, and then as soon as it's game day, they're missing or barely hitting them.
Guess they're just cracking under pressure.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. As a kicker, you got to be good under pressure, because a lot of the kicks are all under pressure,
Yeah.
Literally can be winning or losing you.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's at least a couple games every year that comes to a kickoff.
It's literally the difference between 3, maybe even more wins this season. It really is.
Yeah, so that's kind of disheartening. It was nice though to see us get a dub because I know it's just preseason, but like I said, we haven't won since we beat the Packers on Thursday Night Football in November in 2022, and now here it is. It's August, almost halfway through August. Actually, it's more than halfway. It's knocking on September's door.
Yeah.
So I guess that's our preview. Not our preview. Recap. That's our recap on.
Overall, a good game. If I had to say, it's overall a good game.
Yeah, I mean, we comfortably beat them. Like there was a point where they pulled ahead of us, but I still felt like we were outplaying. I think they could kick their 3rd field goal and it was 7-9. But I was like, we're outplaying them. We're doing stupid stuff like on special teams where we touch a punt and they just get another possession out of it.
Our running game looked good.
Our running game was fantastic. Passing game needed work, but in the end, Malik Willis is our backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And he might not even have a role for us at all moving forward.
That's true.
So I'll take it. I would give us a B+ as a team for that one because we felt like we pretty well had them where we wanted to. We gave up short stuff, easy stuff, but our defense just wasn't allowing people into the end zone much. And besides those 2 screen plays from last week, we didn't really get much that week either. So I would give us a big tighten up for the week, for the game.
Yep, good game. I feel good about our pass rush going into the season, that our backups are doing as well. I feel good about our running back situation, especially with
Mm-hmm.
Tajay Spears. Receiving, the only problem is Malik not completing his passes. I don't know what to think about that. Kyle Phillips Hook might throw a monkey wrench in some stuff. I don't know what he's going to do about that.
Yeah.
But overall, sadly to say, we're a running team and our running game looks strong. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's looking like our biggest strong suits on both sides of the ball is going to be running and that front seven.
Which is kind of what we've been for the last
Which is
few
kind
years.
of what we've been. But again, it's looking like we have depth at these positions now.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what our issue has been. Because when Derrick Henry goes down like he did in 2021, we don't have any depth behind him. That's why we had to go sign 3 people a couple days after he got hurt. And it's also why last year when Bud Dupree would go out, we basically had no pass rushers that were really good at all. And Rashad Weaver still kind of trying to find himself, and then I don't even remember the no-name people we had. There's that one guy, something Walker.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name.
Dante Walker? No, I don't remember what his name was. He had 7 sacks for us, but I feel like a lot of those were us corralling quarterbacks his direction, and he'd pick him up. But anyways, so yeah, that's your little recap of the Titans versus Vikings. Got the dub, felt good, even if it was just preseason. And it's a Sunday, so in 5 days we will be playing our last preseason game.
Patriots,
so.
and that'll be another preseason in the books, and then the games will count.
Exciting times. Exciting times. So peace out.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.